Thanks for supporting the channel by clicking the links in the description box. And thank you so much for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And now let's get into this podversation.
I asked you one question. Why didn't you go to the funeral? Why couldn't you call Daddy and let him know why? Why couldn't you, if it was that serious, if it was that much of a stance, then what was the problem? I was there when you came in on that night of the dawning of the wake. And you told us, you told Daddy that you had to race back to New York to handle business. You were only going to be in town for the viewing. We didn't even know. He didn't even know. I mean, it doesn't matter if I knew or not. Your father didn't even know that you were in town for the funeral, and you're out eating lunch with your ex and your son, which wouldn't be a problem, I guess. I guess if you had told your father that, or I mean, he was hurt. He's hurt. He's hurt, Wendy.
What's up, everyone? So everybody is talking about it, so we're going to have a podversation over here too about Wendy Williams and the feud that's going on publicly now between her and her brother Tommy. So Tommy, he's done a few of his own videos, and he's talked about Wendy. He talked about the passing of their mom, who she really loves, who she really adores, and her mom and dad, they would come to the show and be a part of the audience. You could tell she really loved her mother. So when the news came out that her mom actually passed away, it took some people by surprise, because some people were, one, shocked to find out that she had even passed away, because it wasn't something that was out in the news, and because of how big of a celebrity and star, I mean, let's just be honest, whether you like her or not, that Wendy is, and knowing how much she loved her mother and how close she was to her mom, it was really surprising. And also the way that she said it, she said that, you know, her mom passed away many weeks ago. So it just took a lot of people by surprise who heard it. But prior to her mom's passing, there were people that were speculating that she might be doing things, and you know what I mean, as to explain why her behavior seemed to be the way that it was on the show. Sudden outbursts of telling somebody like to shut up, and just, you know, different things like that, that some people felt was just out of left field. Well, anyway, Wendy is pissed off at her brother, and she's calling him a liar. She says directly to him, because he was saying that Wendy skipped out on the funeral. She didn't go to their mom's funeral, and their dad was disappointed. And so she called him out, and she said, Tommy, you know I was at mommy's service, and you know she looked beautiful in her casket, and you know that you fist fought a loving member of our family who is half your age. You started a fight over an open casket right there with my mother. Thank God we were at a civilized funeral home, and the men of the funeral home blocked so mommy wouldn't fall out and there'd be a catastrophe. You should know better at 53. Okay, if this is true, because I mean, we weren't there, so we don't know. Maybe somebody will come out and confirm whether it happened or not. That's crazy. I mean, crazy things happen at funerals. I don't thankfully have a whole lot of experience with funerals in my lifetime. But you hear of different stories, and people, family members, it's mostly family. Not every family is close. Honestly, most families aren't close. So this situation with her and her brother, it's not that big of a surprise to me, because I mean, I can relate. Just because you can have the same mom and dad and have nothing in common with your sibling, and really, and it sounds terrible, but it's just the truth. They're just blood. And in this situation, that's what it sounds like. And some people say family over everything, but that's not always true, because if you don't really have a relationship, you don't connect with that person that way, the terrible things may have happened in the family. And it's just like, look, I do love you. I mean, I do, but I don't like you very much. And you're not somebody that I want to spend my time around. I get that. I understand it. And I think a lot of people can understand that. So she says, Kevin walked up to the front and separated my brother and this young family member who was very confused being the young man. And he moved it all out there to the lobby. So we don't know like what's going on. What are the true details in the situation going on with the family? But what do you guys think? Do you think Wendy's lying? Do you think the brother's lying? Or do you think that there's her side of the story, his side of the story, and then somewhere in the middle is the truth? Or it's just something that might be blown up because of the upcoming biopic that's coming on the Lifetime channel? Listen, stranger things have happened for people to get people hyped up about a project that's coming out, whether it's a music single, a movie, an upcoming new season of a reality show. We know sometimes these things happen. I don't think that is really the case in this situation. I think it might be sort of a coincidence because, of course, she knew the movie was coming out, but she never could have predicted that her mom would not be here to see it. The unfortunate passing of her mother. But him doing the videos, talking about her, being interviewed by different blogs, talking about it, and nobody knew him like that. He's not famous. She is. And I don't think that that's right for anybody to do that. I don't think it's right just because you may feel some type of way, whether what he said is true or not. I don't think it was his right to come out and talk about her not going to the funeral. And let's just say it's true that she actually didn't go to the funeral. I really want to know what you guys think. Do you feel that you have to go to a family member's funeral? Listen, there are some people that are just not into that. That doesn't mean that you don't love that person. Some people just are not comfortable with seeing the person that they love and cherish and felt protected by and love talking to on a regular basis and all of those different things, seeing their dead body lying cold in a casket. I am actually one of those people that I would prefer not to go to someone's funeral and would prefer to just have a celebration of their life and remember them the way I remember them versus having the last vision I see of that person is them lying dead in a casket. Because I can remember going to my grandmother's funeral, which was the closest person to me that I've ever known to pass away. And I just remember looking at her in the casket, and even though I was sad that she was gone, it was like, that's not her. Because it was just this cold body. And of course, the funeral homes, they try to do their best to make the person look beautiful or handsome or, whatever, to try to make them look as lifelike as possible. But I just remember looking at her, and I remember what my grandmother looked like. I remember what she felt like. And I was like, this is just a shell. Her spirit is gone on. The spirit lives forever. And I just was like, this is not her. So if she didn't go to the funeral, I wouldn't be upset about that because people grieve differently. Not everybody is expected, or should be expected to grieve the same way. And with her being as close to her mom, that's like her everything. She may not have wanted to see her mom in that final state like that and have that be the last memory that she had of seeing her mother. But she says she was there. So she says Tommy is lying, and he also got into a fist fight at the funeral. So I don't really know who was telling the truth, but I actually do believe Wendy. And some people may say, oh, she's lying because she came out and said that her mom had passed away several weeks ago, or many, many weeks ago. And then it turns out that it wasn't many, many weeks ago. But if she was still grieving and wasn't kind of really in her right state of mind because she was mourning the loss of her mother, I get that. Sometimes you may say something that's kind of off the wall and doesn't make sense. So I believe Wendy. I just do. But I really want to know who you guys believe. Do you believe her brother or do you believe Wendy? I believe her. I'm standing by her on this situation. I believe he was wrong to go out there and put her out there on Front Street. Don't go out there and try to make her look even worse than some people already feel about her. A lot of people don't like the lady. A lot of people feels like she deserved what she got when Kevin was cheating on her. And, oh, well, you always talk about other people's relationships. You always in somebody else's business. Now look at you. I mean, that's not cool. I don't want to say that what she went through is karma. Sometimes people just go through stuff and it has nothing to do with your own actions. But, you know, I'm not going to be the one to judge in that situation. But I also do believe her with this situation. Now, she made some insinuations about her brother. I don't really know what she meant by that when she made the statement on her show about how she knows things and she can call some things out. So I'm curious, like, what do you guys think about that? What do you think she was implying? What do you think she was getting at when she made that statement? Because she also was like, do you like my dress? So I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section. And I really appreciate you guys liking, commenting, and subscribing. And until the next time, I'm just being beautifully honest.